So let's take a look at the yoga pack. So how do I create the packs? What is in my head? What I want to be able to do is give you a resource that you can print off, laminate and use time and time and time again. So I'm always looking at what can we do that's creative and cheap? Well, we can, so be aware that there will be text in there and images. We can print off a game that uses dice. Really easy to do, nice and cheap. So with this, it's all about, this one will be regulating, another one will be activating, and there'll be one that's both. You use the regulating one when you're working with a child, you have a young person in front of you that is hyper, needing to come back down into that regulated state. If you're working with a young person that's in the dorsal vagal, so they are shut down, zoning out, it's too much, it's about activating to bring them back. If you're working with somebody or a group that they are in that wonderful space where they can become activated or regulated, or you're just looking to, just because you've worked with them for a while, just trying to get them to be able to tolerate, activated and regulated, being able to tolerate. Remember, it's the nervous system, hippocampus, remembering, and those synapses in the brain. We want them to be able to tolerate stress, so there'll be one that's a bit of both. So I've got the dice, and then I've got cards. So these will be all shapes and sizes, so that you can print it off, you can put it in a foam, you can roll the foam, or you can just print them, laminate them, throw them on the floor and they have to run over and do that position, or whatever it might be. Let's be creative with these. These are all parasympathetic ones. When I finish the pack, they will be sympathetic ones. I have put it in a dice. This one's always interesting, isn't it, when you make the dice out of card? But it's there, free. Then I've done a keyring style. I want there to be a keyring style so that you have the 6, and then you have it on the keyring all laminated, and then you have it wherever it might be, in a pocket, in a zippy file, whatever it is, to go, right, we need to just go and do this. And it's all there. That's what it's all about. And then you have the smaller ones. So get rid of that. So that you've got them, if you want to create, independently. It's a real fine line between, isn't it? Fine line between co-regulating and self-regulating ultimately. And it's when they're ready. So the first stage is always with an adult who is safe, regulated nervous system. So that means for you to wear your joggies and be prepared to do these, because it is about, we are mirroring each other, and that means I need to work on my nervous system and regulating it so that I can help your nervous system regulate. So there will be a little bit of having a go. And so when you've got these and you're starting to put them in place and they are able to do these and they're starting to go back in that wonderful window of when everything is possible, wise part is back online because they feel safe. That's when they can dip their toe into doing this with someone else, partner, someone else that might not be as regulated, but we can't, I'm doing this now, we can't have it in a little zippy where little Tracy, who's very dysregulated and angry and frustrated, takes Zippy with this in to go and calm down, because it won't work. Because Tracy's nervous system, let's put that down now, Tracy's nervous system needs the nervous system of somebody else who's regulated to do it. If I'm in that wonderful space where my nervous system has got used to stress and regulation and, that this intervention, or however you might use it, has been put in place for a long time, and therefore Tracy's nervous system is ready and able to remember these, then maybe. But we need to teach the nervous system train the nervous system to be able to feel what this is like. What does it feel like to be regulated? What does it feel like in your body to be calm? What does that feel like? And it's not about how quickly we can get into the pose. And tick, done. Tracy's done that part. I'm going to find another one now. Tracy's done this one. Oh, and she's done that. Great. No, it's not about that. It's about, can she tolerate being in that position for a certain amount of time? Being able to, I mean, that one, yeah. There's a reason why I don't video myself doing yoga positions, because I can't, but I try, and that's what it's all about. So let's imagine that the child is able to, with your help, go into, I wonder how long they can be in that position to tolerate that, because it is stress on the nervous, it's stress in the system. Positions like this takes a lot of strength when you do that one. You're looking at posture, you're looking at core strength, you're looking at the other thing to make sure is that you understand if the child can, the physical element to this. If they are hypermobile, as an example, if you're hypermobile, you've got to be very, very careful not to overstretch, because you don't know. You're going to a position that, oh, this is great, and you'll think, wow, bendy, they can do all of these. But should they? Should they? And that's the key. They don't know. If they're very dysregulated, if they're zoned out, they won't even feel that they are in a position that's actually very stressful for them. So think about, how could I use this? There's like so many things. It could be part of an intervention, couldn't it? Part of an intervention whereby you have small groups, one-to-one, whole class. It's what can I do? Let's say one-to-one, where I can print it off. We can have it as part of their support plan. Part of, because they enjoy it. Can I just put that in? It's like all of these things. It needs to come. I know we are there with the best of intention, but they need trust and they need to feel that they're in control. And if the amygdala feels that you are telling them to do it, even though we know it's the best thing, they will cross their arms and say, no, I'm not doing that. And that's where we have to be very, very creative. So we might go for the key ring with the wonderful ideas. We go to do it and we realise that actually they can't. And what they need is something else. And that's why we have to have a toolkit of different things. The other thing I'm going to say with this one, it's very grounding, isn't it? Lie on the floor. If you're feeling like completely out of it, zoned out, disconnected, it's very floaty there, very floaty, you feel very light. Coming back down to the floor, taking your shoes off to do something that connects you with where you are is very soothing for the system. And then having somebody with you that is also attuning to and listening to and being aware of your breath and slowing down your breath, because they are doing, that's, somebody's got your back. Like, okay, I'm freaking out, but somebody's got my back, it's going to be okay. So enjoy it. This is the process. This is where it all comes from. It is about finding things, finding what works, putting things in place that are cheap and effective. Enjoy. Take care. Bye-bye.